guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be creating this makeup look right here, which I am absolutely in love with, you guys. I feel like this look came out so beautiful. I feel like it's giving me like galaxy vibes and I am obsessed. So of course, as you guys can see by the title, in today's video we're going to be playing with the new Saweetie and Morphe collection. So I did pick up the palette. The palette is called the 24A Artist Pass palette. This is the actual packaging of the palette, and then the palette looks identical to the box. Here's the palette right here. And when you open it up, it is absolutely beautiful. This is what the palette looks like inside. I will say, looking at this palette for the first time, I was a little bit overwhelmed with how much is in this palette. I feel like there wasn't really a color story in here, and I'm guessing it's because it was more of a festival inspired palette. So I completely get why they made the palette the way that it is. However, the colors in this palette are absolutely beautiful. You guys know I have to dip into those colorful shades, girl. So we used the shade Major Inspo, which is that beautiful purple, Rider Sky, which is that beautiful blue, of course the pink because you guys could see it on my lid, and of course the star of the show, which is on the center of my lid. I'm going to move up a little bit so you guys can see that beautiful shade right there is this color right over here called Private Oasis. So in the pan, this shade right here looks like nothing, you guys, but it is beautiful. It gives you a beautiful blue reflex, and you guys are going to see it up close in the video. I did swatch it for you guys. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys that this video is going to be a talk through. It's a little bit all over the place because I did move again, so I'm just trying to get used to filming in this area that I'm in now. I tried to make it look a little bit cuter, so we have some shelving back there. It's a really tight space, so bear with me in the meantime while I'm here and filming. I just want to be able to get content up for you guys. Okay, so besides the palette, I also picked up the Icy Lips Trio, which is a little lip gloss set, which is absolutely stunning. I'm also wearing one of the lip glosses today, but I did go ahead and swatch all three of them in the video so you guys can see what all three look like. And then of course I did pick up the mini setting spray. This is the Sweet Peach Setting Spray by Saweetie, and this smells absolutely divine, you guys. I love the way this smells. It is amazing. If you guys like things with scents, you're gonna love this, because honestly Morphe came out with their strawberry one with Jeffree Star and I hated the scent of that, but this smells so nice and it gives you such a beautiful dewy glow. And yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to tell you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Before we get into it, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this makeup look right here, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I went ahead and zoomed in a little bit closer, that way you guys are able to see exactly what I'm doing. So the first shade that we're going to be using is the shade called Max Volume, which is actually a really bright neon pink, and this is the color right here, if you guys can see that. I'm going to be using it on a Morphe, what is this? M506 brush. It's like a small fluffy brush, and I'm actually going to be using this brush, just multiple ones of it, to create today's entire eye look, because I did want to use a nice small fluffy brush. So we're going to dip into that shade first, and I'm going to be actually applying this right in the inner corner of the crease, so like right in this area right here. And this is where you want to really focus that color, and I'm going to take about halfway on the crease, but not all the way, because we need to save this space over here for the blue eyeshadow. That's basically as far as I'm going to take it, and with that same brush I'm just going to like go in circular motions just to make sure everything is nice and blended. The next shade we're going to be dipping into is the shade called Ride or Sky, which is this blue color right here. It's really, really pretty, kind of like a bright blue. Okay, so I'm going to be taking that on another, basically an M506 brush, but this one here is from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collection. I'm going to work that on the outer part of the eye. You also want to make sure that this little area right here, you guys really blend the two colors together, because that is like the key to this look, is definitely the blending. So take your time with this and pack it on. Alright guys, so once I go ahead and apply that blue color, I'm actually going to go in with another Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the JH33 brush. So I'm just going to run that brush up there, and this is just going to help to blend everything really nicely. That way it doesn't look so harsh. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of that. By the way, you guys, these colors are pretty pigmented. I'm pretty surprised. especially for these bright, almost like neon colors. They're nice and pigmented and they blend really well. So pleasantly surprised about that. So basically once I go ahead and do that, I'm going to go back in with the blue. And this look, like I said, is all about just building up the color and blending it out. So that's probably the most tedious part of this look. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with where I am right now. So what I'm gonna do is jump into the next color. So the next shade I'm gonna be using is the shade called Major Inspo, which is this beautiful, beautiful purple. You guys know I'm a sucker for pinks and purples, so I had to make sure that I used this purple in this palette for today's look. And this is gonna go directly into the crease. You just don't wanna bring it as high as you did with the blue and the pink. So I'm gonna work it right in here, and this is gonna go in the entire crease. So it's gonna touch a little bit of the blue, and it's also gonna touch the pink as well. So you wanna go ahead and pack that on. And guys, this look is gonna be super messy before it starts to come together. So I just wanna give you guys a heads up, because sometimes I don't even know, or I'm usually unsure about a look until I'm almost at the end and I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see where I was going with this. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that amount of purple for right now. We'll get back to it later. I'm going to actually go back in a little bit more with that blue shade called Ride or Sky. And I'm going to pop a little bit of that right here. I feel like it just kind of got lost with the purple like that. So I'm going to leave that just like that. We're going to go ahead and cut the crease really quickly. I'm actually going to cut the crease off camera, and we will be right back with the next step. Okay guys, so I went off camera really quickly and cut my crease. This is what it's looking like so far. And to cut my crease, I actually used the P. Louise and Mitchell collaboration. They collaborated on a few bases, and this one is in the shade Blank Canvas. It's probably one of my favorite bases that I have, and it's amazing. It also self sets, which means you don't have to set it with the powder like you would do with the concealer. So I love it. The first color we're going to dip into to pack on the lid is the shade called Stage Persona, which is this color right over here. It's a really pretty like lavender purple. It is really pretty on its own, but we are actually going to cover it up with another shade. But for now, we're going to put this right in the center of the lid, so like right in this area. And I'm just going to literally tap it on. And like I said, the base is already set because it's a self-setting base. So you just want to pack this on. Okay, so the next color I'm going to be using is the shade called Max Volume, which is that really pretty neon pink that we used on the crease. And I'm going to put that on the outer parts of that purple, which is called the Stage Persona. So I'm going to take this on a flat brush. This is the Morphe M124 brush, and it just looks like this. And I'm going to start to pack it right over here. So this color is going to only go right in this little spot, you guys. I will say that these colors are nice and pigmented, but you do have to build them up. Like, they're not something that you just put on and you're like, oh my god, insane pigment. No, like, you definitely have to build them up. So I'm going to put that there. Right now I'm not too worried about blending the colors together, so like they look really terrible right now, but we'll worry about that in a second. I just want to make sure that I lay down all the colors so I can kind of see exactly what I'm going to be doing and where I'm going to be placing what. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. And now we're going to dip into the shade called Major Inspo, which is that purple one more time. And that purple is actually going to go here in the inner corner. And it's also going to go on the outer corner as well. So I'm going to take the fluffy brush, which is the M506 brush from Morphe again. I'm going to grab some of that purple. And what I like to do, because like the base stopped right here, I didn't take it all the way out, is I like to pack on the color first. That way it doesn't get patchy. And then once you pack on enough pigment, you can start to blend it inward on the outer corner. Keep in mind that you do want the purple to blend into the blue just a little bit, but you don't want to lose the blue eyeshadow. So just be very careful how high you're bringing that purple, kind of like that. So now I'm going to work on everything else. So basically how you want to blend these colors together is, I like to take my flat brush one more time. I'm going to go back into that pink shade, which is called Max Volume, and I'm going to start to press it on the purple. Basically just like that, and all that's going to do is to help everything blend together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just flip the brush like this, and I'm going to go in with that purple shade called Major Inspo, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to blend that right into the pink. Okay, so I'm also going to go in a little bit more with that light purple. Okay, you guys, so once we got about here, which everything looks nice and blended, we're gonna work a little bit more on that blue right here. I just feel like I want to blend it up just a little bit more. So I'm gonna take that same fluffy brush, dip into that blue, make sure you tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna start to work it right here. And I'm using very, very light pressure, like super light pressure, you guys, because this color is a really dark color and I don't want it to go too high up. So I'm gonna blend that right in this area. Okay, so that's perfect for me. I'm going to do the same thing with the pink just to make sure we don't lose those crease colors. And I feel like those colors really give it that pop. So perfect. And then what I'm going to do now is take a super, super tiny precise brush. This is the Morphe M213 brush and it just looks like this. It's a super tiny brush. And I'm actually going to dip into the purple shade, which is the one that's called Major Inspo. And I'm going to dust that off, and I'm going to put this just in that crease part, right where you see that cut crease right there. I'm going to add some of this purple because I really just want to tie the look together. So I'm going to put that right in here. Okay, so at this point the eye is basically pretty much complete. Now I'm just going to add like just finishing touches. So just like deepening up all the eyeshadow that we put down, like the purple specifically, because we had to blend so much. I really want to make sure we have that depth in the outer corner. And I'm also going to take my fluffy brush one more time and just blend everything together. Take the blue one again, that kind of deal. So that's why it's so important to have different blending brushes when you do a look like this, because using the same brush, you're just going to have eyeshadow all mixed together. It's going to get muddy. So just make sure you have a couple of brushes on hand if you're going to do a look like this. And of course, I'm going to go back in with that lighter purple just to put it right here where we had it before, because like I said before, we are going to be putting an eyeshadow over this, so I do not want to lose it. So I'm going to almost like erase that pink that got mixed right in this area, just like that. Okay, so now that I used that purple shade almost like an eraser to kind of remove some of that pink on the center of the lid, I do want to add some sparkle. So the next shade I'm going to be using is the shade called Private Oasis. And you guys, this color is so beautiful. I'm actually going to swatch it on the back of my hand for you guys to see. It is so pretty. And the pan, it doesn't look like anything. It just looks like a white. But when you actually apply it, it has a beautiful duochrome blue reflex. Can you guys see that? It is so pretty. And I'm going to take the same Morphe M24 that we were using to pack the shadow on the lid. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that Private Oasis shade. And you want to be careful with this too, because I don't want to get any of this shimmer in the actual crease. So just be careful and take your time. But I feel like this took the look to another level. Okay, so here's what the eye is looking like so far. The look is basically complete. All I'm going to do now is just add a little bit more of that pink right in this area. I just want to make sure that that sparkle blends in with the pink and the pink doesn't get lost, because it is too pretty to lose it. Basically, that's all. The look is pretty much complete on the top of the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara, add some falsies, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as always, I went ahead and did one eye off camera. This look is giving me life, you guys. Like, I am obsessed. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye for you guys. So for liner, I'm going to be using the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Boots. Okay, so liner's on. So of course, I'm going to dip right back into the Artist Pass palette. And the first color we're going to go in with is the shade called Max Volume, which is that super bright pink that we used. And I'm going to be taking it on a Morphe JH39 brush. It's just a small domed brush. And I'm going to dip my brush right in there. And I'm actually going to work this onto the lower lash line. I'm actually going to use the mirror on the palette for this part so you guys can see me pretty well. So I'm going to pack on the pink pretty heavy like so. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Major Inspo, which is that purple color right here. And I'm going to take that on a flat definer brush. As always, you guys know I love this brush. It's the Jaclyn Hill JH43 brush. Okay, so I went ahead and packed on some of that purple, but of course I also want to add some of the blue. So I'm going to go in with that shade Rider Sky, which is that blue right over here that we used before. And I'm going to take it on a pencil brush. This is the Morphe M431 brush. It's just a really super thin pencil brush. I'm going to only put it on this outer corner right here. I kind of want to connect the outer corner of the lower lash line to the top of the lash line. So basically just like that, and then I'm going to go back in with the shade Max Volume, which is that pink, and just blend under everything all over again, just to make sure that that pink didn't get lost. I love me color, girl, let me just tell you. Yes, love it. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that blue because I feel like it's getting lost. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the purple with the flat definer brush so that doesn't get lost as well. And of course go back in a little bit with the pink. So like I said, it looks like these is just about packing on the colors where you want and kind of just evaluating your look. Once you're completely done, you'll know like, okay, I want to add some more color here, I want to add a little bit of pink here, a little purple here, that kind of thing. So I think at this point I'm completed with the look. I'm going to go ahead and add some lower lash mascara. So for lower lash mascara, you guys know I love the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara. I really love this brush. It's like super tiny, super thin, but it really coats your lashes really nicely, and I feel like it gets every single hair, and that's what I love about this mascara. And it's also super affordable. Like, guys, it's Wet n Wild. It's like a $4 mascara. So I'm gonna leave my eyes just like this. We're gonna move on to the lips, which I'm gonna do my regular lip combo, and then I did purchase the lip gloss set from this collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a lip liner, and then we will move on to the glosses. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and did my hair off camera, changed my top because that gray top was not matching, and the look is basically complete. For my lips, I used the KKW lip liner in shade Nude number 2, and then the liquid lipstick that I'm wearing is from Laura Lee Los Angeles in the shade Nakey. It's one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. So that's the lip combo I'm wearing. I also picked up the Icy Lips bundle from Morphe. This is also in collaboration with Saweetie. Super cute, and the glosses look bomb. So I'm going to quickly just take them out of the packaging. I wanted to show you guys what they look like up close, and I'm also going to give you guys some swatches. So here's what the glosses look like up close. Super pretty. They look super holographic, and they look like they're going to be really shiny and juicy. So I'm going to go ahead and actually swatch these on my hand, and then I'll be right back to show you guys what they look like. Okay guys, so I actually have my sister here. I put the swatches on her because I have like makeup swatches everywhere. So I did a heavy swatch. So the purple one right over here is called 8 Inches. This one right over here that's more of like that peachy tone is called Money Mommy. And then you have this one right over here that's called Boss Tycoon, which is really pretty. I think I'm going to use this one. That one seems like the most wearable one. It's not super bright, but then I'm like, should I just be bold and do this one? I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna stick with this one because I don't want to take away from the eye look, so I'm gonna do this one. Let's see. They smell nice. I'm gonna get up closer. Ooh, pretty. It has like peachy gold reflex. We're looking juicy. Skin is glowing, lips are juicy, love it. Okay, the next thing that I got, well actually the last thing that I got from the collection is the Morphe Sweet Peach by Saweetie Continuous Setting Mist. And here's what it looks like right here. And this one is in the scent Sweet Peach. So I actually did smell this when I received it in the mail because I couldn't help myself, and I personally love the scent to this setting spray. It is very strong. It is something that you are going to smell when you spray it. So if you do not like strong scents, you're not going to like this. The scent goes away immediately. It's not something that's going to linger on your face, but just giving you guys a heads up. So this is what it looks like when you take the cap off. And of course, y'all know I always like to spray a little bit first. And then of course, I'm going to just mist my face. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but like this mister is stronger than the regular setting spray. Like you get way more coming out of here. It's like extra strong. Okay, so now that I drenched my face in setting spray, I'm just gonna dry my face with my dollar fan. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look using the Sweetie collection in collaboration with Morphe. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy talk throughs. That way I can do more of them. And yeah, I'm sorry this video was a hot mess. I'm just getting back into it, so bear with me while I get everything under control. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.